Farmers descended on London in their tractors to protest against Labour's inheritance tax hike.
Just want fair play for the farmers. Everything we're doing it is for our kids. It's their future. And everything is just going against us.
Because yes, in its infinite wisdom, the new government has decided to piss off the people who grow our food, an industry already devastated by huge drops in income of up to 70%, with the average livestock farm now generating just £17,000 annually, is now facing another crippling economic burden, where many of these farms will end up owing hundreds of thousands of pounds in inheritance tax. And despite the political establishment's lie that it will only impact the wealthy, it will actually affect more than 60% of working farms. But even setting that argument aside, the disgustingly biased BBC attempted to belittle the whole issue by challenging Jeremy Clarkson on where, if not from raiding farmers with this new inheritance tax, is the government going to get the money from to pay for public services.
So one of the reasons Rachel Reeves says she brought this in is to stop wealthy people using it as a way.
No, that was the only reason she did.
Well, no, the other reason was to raise money for public services. Well, have you seen...
Are you listening to this?
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
Yes,
Right.
I just recently had a heart attack.
Okay, so you know it's tough.
Yes.
So where should they get the money from if it's not from farmers?
From farmers.
With
You hear that, everyone?
With
BBC
assets.
thinks you should be paying for everything.
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
No mention of the fact whatsoever that our population is growing at all-time record high levels thanks to mass migration. That's why people can't get a GP appointment. Let's put this into perspective. Labour's saying it needs to tax farmers in part to pay for public services, yet this tax, while being ruinous for farming families, will only raise about £560 million for the government. So when she says, where are they going to get all the money?
So where should they get the money from?
Here's a few ideas. How about not importing and housing illegal immigrants in hotels and giving them free healthcare at a cost of £8 million a day, nearly £3 billion a year? That'd pay for what they're screwing farmers over for, more than 5 times over. 4.3 billion of the UK's foreign aid budget went on supporting refugees and asylum seekers in the UK. And as part of that aid budget, we're still sending £100 million a year to countries like India, which have a bigger GDP than our own. How about, and I know this is a crazy out there idea, not sending a further £13 billion to prolong a war 2,000 miles away? That'd pay for what they're stealing from farmers 24 times over. £560 million equates to 5.94% of Labour's public sector pay rises.
I'll tell you where you get the... Walk into any of the offices around here. If you don't understand what somebody's job is, fire them.
Or a mere 25 hours of NHS spending. But no, apparently, greedy farmers who want to, God forbid, pass their estates onto their children without being wrecked by onerous taxes. They're the ones to blame for the fact that no one can get a GP appointment. Nothing whatsoever to do with illegal migration or record population increase. Or the government spaffing £3 billion a year on importing and then putting up random men from Afghanistan in your local hotel, giving them free cash and free healthcare for reasons that no one can seemingly explain. Oh, there's plenty of money for that, but showing a modicum of financial support for British farmers, the very people who provide our food security, by not taxing them into oblivion when they're already struggling. Oh no, too expensive, they can go whistle.
We had pickup trucks, double cab pickup trucks, being reclassified as company cars. 211% tax rise there. £50 carbon tax on a bag of fertiliser. The basic farm payments altered in such a way that we're getting a lot less than we thought we were going to get. And then there was the inheritance tax business. Rachel Reeves has told us, what is it, 72% of farmers are going to be unaffected by this. I've just been interviewed by Victoria Derbyshire for Newsnight. Let's see if we can educate her here, if she's still around, Victoria. How many people here, if you'd raise your hands, are from a family farm? I want to see, right. I hope you can see that. I hope we've got our cameras from the show up high to see. That's a lot of hands. Now, keep them up, and I want you to lower them if You think, and you've had time to work this out, you think you're going to be unaffected by the changes to APR and BPR. Put your hands down if you're going to be unaffected. Thank you. My case rests.
We've seen massive sustained farmer revolts in European countries like France, but this is likely to be the biggest UK-based rebellion since the Countryside Alliance protest against Tony Blair, which attracted hundreds of thousands of people to the capital to march against Labour's war on farming. Everyone's mad, said Ollie Harrison, co-organiser of a protest that flooded the streets around Prime Minister Keir Starmer's Downing Street office with angry farmers. He said many want to take to the streets and block roads and go full French. Angry farmers spraying manure all over government buildings in London. Oh no, please don't do that. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.